Good evening and welcome to a very rough Saturday night version of the Faned Football Show. I am your host, Barry. Again, very grateful to have company in the shape of the very impressive mustached Daniel, who is sporting the hoops after quite a spectacular end. I'll tell you, Scotland as a nation has seen some frantic ends during the week. So, Daniel, happy to have you. How are things?
Glad to be back again. Yes, quite a bit supposed to chat about since last weekend. So we shall get to it.
It's amazing how much the ebbs and flows occur from, the dreaded international breaks that approach and poor results that go into them, and then poor results that come at the end of them. But for once, the international break proved to be an excellent one and full of drama, and it was a joy to behold. But alas, back down to earth with a bang today, and it is a sorry state of affairs once again at Liverpool. That now makes it 6 defeats in 7 in the league, and quite simply, Liverpool just doesn't go down at home 3 goals without reply. They've failed to score now 3 times, I think, in the Arne Slot era, and twice has been Nottingham Forest. So incredible turn of events for the champions. That's a very humbling experience once again. From what I gather, we begin the game with the right attitude, but again, it's misfiring and misuse of possession. The stats would have very much given away a misguided view of the game. You would have thought goal is coming for Liverpool, and then they're hit by a sucker punch. And Forest very, very nearly come away with an absolutely calamitous, could have been anything, scoreline, because there's not a single thing to chat about regarding Liverpool in the second half other than the changes. So that's how dire things have become. Anyway, I wouldn't have 100% confidence in the voice just holding up for this edition tonight. Would have loved to have kept the Friday night slot again, but I was just very happy to see home last night when I got there, and very happy to see me bed. So we got it moved today. Thus, we get to actually take in some of the Premier League action. And surprisingly enough, I did think City had built up a fair old head of steam. And, oh, well, Newcastle has a habit of doing this. So Harvey Barnes, double downs City. And Haaland does not join the 100 club. What do you think of that one, Daniel? Surprising tea time result.
Very much so, and I think even watching the end of that game, when they're talking about City's performance over Liverpool a couple of weeks ago now, it really felt like City had turned the corner and they were coming back. I mean, I think even we were talking about it last week on the podcast about City being up there in terms of challengers. And then they come and get turned over by Newcastle, and probably one of their best performances of the season. And it's just showing you as we've talked about ebbing and flowing, the way that this Premier League season has gone so far, it's so unpredictable. Because as we were saying, we were talking probably about Man City being top 2. If they keep having results like that, there's not a chance that they're going to finish in the top 2. Arsenal could run away with it then. Even the top 4, considering what we were talking about last week, could be very, very different. What are we looking at in terms of the table now.
So Arsenal's top and Chelsea have moved up to second. City, I think, remain third.
Yeah, like, I mean, when we were talking last week, where did we have Chelsea?
I sort of had a sneaking suspicion Chelsea would be in the vicinity, but not for a league title, but that their young side would sort of start growing as the season went on.
3 points behind.
Yeah, eventually stumble on the right combination.
Arsenal, Chelsea, City, Palace, Brighton, Sunderland, Bournemouth, Spurs, Villa.
Yeah.
And considering
who's fifth? Who's fifth currently?
Brighton.
On how many points?
They are on 19 points.
Right, so we're a point off fifth.
Yeah.
So as I say, I'm not going to panic, like many would, and let the head roll.
Liverpool, United, Villa, Spurs, all 18.
Yeah. As I say, just time to knuckle down. I keep repeating the same thing. Just knuckle down for this period. Hammer out one result. Maybe make it 2. Maybe make it 3. You're on a streak. Man can get a haircut all of a sudden. Look sharp for Christmas. But that hopefully begins again in earnest on Monday night for yourselves. I know of a man that's heading over to Manchester for United on Monday night and City on Tuesday night. That's taking in some football in 24 hours. That's for sure.
Can be too everything. Tuesday, is that Champions League?
That would be Champions League. So Liverpool's reprieve will come with a game against PSV Eindhoven, quick on the heels of that one. So hopefully Hugo Ekitike and Alexander Isak up top. Experimental time, I think.
Just on that,
yes.
I remember us chatting about the lineups for Liverpool last week, and we're talking about what really you have to wonder why was TK not selected ahead of Isak for today?
I'll tell you one very worrying quote that came out of the manager this evening. And he's talking about Isak and saying that when Alex is 100% fit, he will be, the Alex you've seen at Newcastle. He'll be the Alex you've seen at Sociedad. Go.
So he's not 100% fit?
Let me continue. So I'm the same Alex that's been at every other club he's been at. And we have to allow him the minutes to build up to get to 100%. So, if you're Hugo Ekitike, you have made way for a guy to get minutes in his legs to eventually take your spot in the starting lineup. I gotta wonder what the hell that does for Hugo Ekitike's head.
Yeah,
it's worrying. That's worrying squad management for me.
I think we've touched on it maybe 3 or 4 weeks talking about that. Like, I'm nearly sure I mentioned that when we were talking about when Isak hadn't been getting minutes. I think we were talking about, I think I was talking about, how he was, training, trying to get, fit to play, and then wasn't getting playing. You're now seeing the opposite side of that, where the player that is fit and should be playing isn't playing, and the player that isn't fit is playing. It's mind-boggling.
I don't think he kicks a ball that second group game for Sweden during the week. I don't think he played. It must have been a deal done with Liverpool. Look, if you are, if the first one doesn't go well, obviously you don't need to risk him in the second one. So effectively, he had a good run out the first game, which would have been Thursday or Friday, and then he's not kicked the ball then on Tuesday. And look, with a groin injury, obviously you got to mind it, and everything's got to be done in stages. Not be not being reckless with your turning and not being reckless with your high speed sprints. Save them. Maybe don't be chasing down as much. Maybe don't be pressing as much. So it just all adds up to we don't really have the time to stand around and wait for him to get to 100%. So you don't sacrifice the end form Hugo Ekitike. You get them both on the pitch, and you see what happens. I think they can both be quite effective.
Well,
coming off
what would you have said then? Maybe I've started a TK over Gakpo.
Yes and no. If I'd drawn the 11 for today, I absolutely would have done Hugo Ekitike off the left and Isaac down the middle and Mo off the right. I would have done that because Gakpo's a good sub. The fact he doesn't do that, look, I think Gakpo's a guy that is providing numbers this season quietly. As he does, he tends to go about his business quietly. He'll do nice things and really not have end product most of the time. So I can't be critical of the selection, but I'll be heavily critical again of pulling Szoboszlai out of midfield. He was truly excellent over the piece in Budapest, and unfortunate in the end. Ireland's heroics dampened that mood. I just hope there's an angrier player that comes back from that, and we see the best of him. But in midfield, I swear to God, I don't need to see any more McAllister in that current role. I would be moving McAllister, moving his position ahead of anyone else. Like Gravenberch to centre half, not at all impressed with that move.
Okay.
Konate's hauled off for Ekitike, so that's a real radical substitution.
That's a very very attacking sign. Probably too late when.
Oh look, 2-0.
Yeah,
2-0, 40 seconds in. So
yeah.
Forrest are set up rightly when that occurs. So look, on to the wonderful Ireland, and it has to go mentioned. I think we were definitely hopeful after beating Portugal, how impressive a result that was. Portugal go on to score 9 in the next game. So Ireland keeping them out is ever more impressive. And just like we were saying, Ronaldo not in the team. Ronaldo not in the team to have a chance at the World Cup.
Yeah, and it's funny because I think it was a stat came out that only twice during the whole qualifying had Portugal scored more than 3 or 4 goals in a game, and both times Ronaldo wasn't playing.
Right.
So yeah, it very much was telling the impact that he has on the team. Look, I can go back and say about how it was the exact same at United. Every team that Ronaldo has went to in his current, stage of his career, teams have had to adapt to fit him in. This has happened at Juve. It has happened at United. I mean, I think the whole league is conforming to him over in Saudi.
Isn't it weird? Like you only started to see the best of Benzema at Real Madrid once he left as well. Like, it is all channeled to him. Yeah. Just to get him a Pichichi, get him close to Di Stefano. Then he gets to Italy, the demise of Dybala. Gets to United. Sure. He's absolutely stink for that period. He's got twatted 5-0 at home by Liverpool. And he's well positioned now out in Saudi, whatever he's doing, and that was knock off Brazil kit, and struggling to hold that starting spot for Portuguese. But Daniel, your reaction in the WhatsApp is timeless. It's glorious. I was only receiving score updates via Siri at the time. Siri, what's the score? Still 2-1. Siri, what's the score? 2-2.
It was. You know the funniest thing?
Siri, what's the score? 90 minutes up, still 2-2.
The funniest thing about that day, I had not realised that game was on at 2:00.
I swear to God, that is absolute wizardry. Because on the Sabbath day, heading out to the pub at 1:00 to gear up for a do or die, all or nothing for Ireland. Oh my God, that's the timing of it will go down.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. Like, you have a
like the playoffs. The playoffs will be like over a Thursday and Tuesday. Just won't have the same zing as like a weekend day. But by Jesus, calendar out, circles off, not available.
Well, it's like March or something like that, isn't it?
It is March.
I know what everybody's already thinking about how they're getting there.
It's late March, but it's just shy of Easter, so not a bother. Make myself fully available for over Easter. Just give me them two nights off for the playoffs. That'll be the plan.
It's a 7 or 8 o'clock.
I'm moving swiftly on to a game then that I could actually watch. Oh my goodness, Daniel, the heart weeps for what you let go, but by Jesus, he is blossoming.
I'll be one of those people who say I never wanted to see him go, but as a Napoli fan, I was delighted to take him, and the people of Napoli have tuck him into their heart, and he's become almost a full-blooded Italian over there. I mean, like, the way he's dressing now when he's out there, he's been made full Italian, like in his full Italian gear, drinking his coffees and whatever else. And he's now set the record for the highest goal scored, like with a bicycle. He now has got the highest.
Hey, if he's walking up to a toilet stall and it's locked and he goes, if he doesn't go, Mamma Mia, I'll be very surprised. But McSauce is unbelievable. The hang time for the bicycle kick. It is something to stick on merch for going to the United States. That'd be like, do you want McSauce with that?
But the kind of swagger he had about it as well. He scores probably it's probably going to go down as one of Scotland's greatest goals of all time.
It is. I haven't got enough Scottish lore in my brain. But
I'm just thinking from probably recent memory. The ones I'm thinking of was who's free kicks against England?
Charlie Adam?
No, was it Charlie? No.
John McGinn.
He scored 2 free kicks in like injury time against England.
How long ago?
I'd say
Hampden.
Yeah.
How long ago?
I'd say you're talking maybe 10 years ago.
10 years ago. 10 years ago. Jesus, Charlie Adam.
Who the hell was it? Somebody was very, very good at free kicks. Who the hell?
James MacArthur.
No, I feel like he played for Celtic. Maybe he didn't.
Maloney. Sean Maloney.
No.
He scored at Wembley though. He definitely scored at Wembley.
That's going to annoy me.
But
Lee Griffiths.
Lee Griffiths.
He scored 2 in injury time.
Celtic man indeed.
Yeah, like they were classic goals.
But what were they? What tournament? Is that qualifying?
I don't know. Was it qualifying?
Because they ultimately failed. Did they get to the Euros or anything? Did they go to Poland and Ukraine? Did they? But like the one thing I'll say about it is horrendous game management. I would say by Steve Clark as well.
It was in World Cup qualifying. No,
World Cup
was
qualifying,
it?
and thus came up empty.
No, it wasn't. What? Oh, it was definitely in qualifying, yeah, because they were in Group F with England.
Yeah, well, listen, come here.
Or was it Euros, was it?
That's beside the point. I think that still pales in comparison to what.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Like that's something I could think of there that's been in recent times. But like from to score
I've seen a heap of people I know in Edinburgh this weekend. I bet that town's still bouncing. Bet there was rugby going on today now, in fairness, but I bet Edinburgh first weekend after qualifying for the World Cup is still absolutely wedged with navy blue. I would suggest.
You probably could compare it. Like I think we were talking about when we had the Ireland rugby games and we had the Ireland soccer internationals. You know, in such a short space of time.
Yeah,
and they were all wins, and it was just the excitement that everything was up there. I mean, we just scored a last minute goal to get into the qualifying, and then the next night Scotland go and do that to actually guarantee a place.
They're heading to the United States and Mexico and Canada.
Yeah, it's
marvelous. It's miraculous, and like as I say, the horrendous game management nearly blown it because like they concede the equalizer, and that Christensen is an absolute car wreck, and he's a walking red card, and that easy booking he picked up and you thin ice. Now Gannon Doak was gone, so who's gonna be charged at him? I wasn't sure, but the red card. It's just like right Scotland, come on, lift it, and the man Shankland finally getting his chance. He provides the vital touch. Then Patrick Dorgu, that guy, pops up, cool finish. Denmark's back in the driving seat again. Then they just about hang in there, clear a ball, but Kieran Tierney arrives onto it. Cool as you like.
Superb goal as well.
Probably does it 10 times a training session against Kasper Schmeichel.
Yeah.
And they're in. And then, the Kenny McLean goal, I swear, the comms is telling him to shoot 5 seconds beforehand. Like
I just happened to be watching that on BBC Scotland, and it was the best decision I ever made.
The Scottish in-house, the Scottish in-house commentary was iconic, and the gantry was going bananas.
Yeah,
it nearly fell out of situ in Hampton.
I think I've seen.
Did you hear the stats? They registered on the Richter. They registered on the seismic scale. Jesus. The rumble caused by the Kenny McLean winner settler registered on the seismic scale.
Wow.
So it was that loud. So that's what it means. And we'll only have away support in March, but by Jesus, we'll make it loud anyway if we can.
I think I was going to mention there a wee while ago. Have you seen that the prices for flights to Prague have just absolutely went through the roof for that?
What companies?
I think you're talking to like Ryanair.
So dirtbags. Who good?
Yeah.
Dirtbags.
Whereas the simple thing is to fly into the towns and cities around there.
Vienna.
Yeah.
Vienna road trip.
It's funny. I'd seen a picture earlier where it was like a map of like all the cities you could fly into, and then arrows pointing from those cities into Prague. And somebody had made a point that it looked like, somebody had drawn a map back in, World War II or something, if they were just, trying to invade into Prague.
Aye, that's how we get our troops into Zagreb. And then, do you think it'll be Copenhagen or capital city of Macedonia?
Hang on a second. If we win, do we not get to be the home team in the final?
But we're not higher ranked than Denmark.
Aye, but I think
I think it's seeding. I think it's pure seeding based. No, I think it's already mapped out.
Aye, but I thought
Ireland's the away slot to Denmark or North Macedonia.
I was nearly sure somebody had seen somewhere that we could be home for the second game. Because as I found out then after as well, which is even worse, if we lose against the Czech Republic, we still have to go and play another game afterwards. We play the loser of Denmark and Macedonia in a nothing match.
What? For what purpose?
To fulfill fixtures during the international break.
To make sure everyone gets a game.
Yes.
Not you don't get sent back to your club.
No. So even if we do, we still play a second game. How depressing is that?
Skopje or Copenhagen is where the flights will be made extortionate for the next one. You can take a ferry to Copenhagen. You'll get a ferry to Copenhagen.
You would, yeah, but see, ferries
better crack.
That would be some crack.
You're sort of guaranteed once you get off the boat, you haven't far to go. Really?
I'm still not convinced that we'll be away for that second game.
I'll leave that to your better knowledge, Daniel. I have not really focused my attention on where we're going to be based, but I know the headline was they've pushed the Prague flights to the moon, which is so stupid. It is so stupid. What are they thinking? What are they thinking? Could you do it a few days beforehand in camp?
Ireland to face Czech Republic with home final possible.
So the Aviva is still in play. So Denmark wins, we're going to Copenhagen. North Macedonia wins, we're playing in Dublin. Would that be the implication?
What is the permutations here? Okay.
Surely we're higher ranked than Macedonia after beating the Portuguese and beating the Hungarians. Obviously, Macedonia's had their own scalps in their group. I'm sure.
It's because the way I think it's because of the way the draw has been made. Czech Republic or Republic of Ireland would be the home team. So if the Czech Republic won, they would be the home team.
So the pool D of the playoff.
Yeah.
Czechia and Ireland came out first.
Yeah. That's what it seems to be the sauce of it anyway.
Right.
So if we beat Czech Republic, we should have a home game against either Denmark or Macedonia. And imagine bringing the Danes back to Lansdowne Road again. Hopefully for a bit of revenge this time. We will see. That's a good bit away yet.
Well,
a lot can happen between now and then.
As a final surprise to end with, are you ready?
Go on ahead.
Time up for slot?
It's a tough one. I think I seen you earlier going the wins and losses. And I think we've talked about this before. At big clubs, when you have a run of form like that, it's very, very hard to say, yeah, stick with a manager. Being a fan of a team that have just went through manager after manager after manager, it's not always the answer. but something is definitely wrong. Like, I think we've discussed the team selections that many times where it really doesn't seem like Slot has an idea what team he wants to put out, what his best team is, and how to get the best out of the team he puts out. Because there's not that flow, there's not that stability. Whether it's completely his fault or not, I can't say for certain. Like, I don't know how it goes so wrong in one season.
So, Daniel, I can attest to the fact it can go dramatically wrong directly after winning a title. So Liverpool in 2020 are a train wreck the following year. City win the title and are a train wreck the following year. And Liverpool very much looks like a train wreck after massive investment in the summer. And with massive investment doesn't always mean instant success. It certainly doesn't attest to the fact who's in charge of the recruitment. I would imagine Arne Slot having put number 20 into the cabinet, he would have had a fair amount of sway. Do you like Florian Wirtz? How can I not like Florian Wirtz? Get him. Do you like Alexander Isak? Of course. Brilliant. Don't know how to stop him. Right back. Bradley's made a packet of crisps. What about Frimpong? Yeah, a bit versatile. If we want to do a bit of 3-5-2, could use him very well. Kerkez, yeah. Hughes knows him. Hughes, big on him. I have to trust the sporting director. Get him. So here we are. 6 defeats in 7. So it's 30 matches since we played PSG. So getting dumped out of the Champions League. And that's February time. So it's been 30 matches. I think I've quoted this stat before on here. It was maybe about 28. And it has increased further still. So 30 games. Won 13. Lost 14. And 18 points won this season and 18 points dropped. That leaves the differential at 0 points gained. So, a couple of things alarming me this evening. So, the sub Ekatike for Canate, too dramatic a change. I don't know why this midfielder into centre half has been a go-to far too often this season. I know Konate's at a stinker, but like you really don't have a workable alternative at the minute. Gomez is really desperate times, desperate measures, and he's sort of got to be kept back for right back cover, really, if no one else is available to play there. Continues to play Szoboszlai out of position, which, again, I'm a broken record. I hate. Van Dijk looks like he's lost faith in everyone around him.
Just on Szoboszlai there. This is the thing that doesn't make sense. Like, playing Szoboszlai out of position at Liverpool. Then if you think of how he played against Ireland, that cunt was everywhere. I genuinely, he was annoying me the whole game about everywhere that he was.
Because he's twice the footballer of Ireland's entire midfield. So that's obvious to see. But that's where he bosses the game from. He bosses it from number 10. And sure, he's ghosting past the Irish players.
So look, that's another issue. Then
he's not seen
the players that are performing better when they're playing for their their international teams and then coming back and not the big
Aye.
one for Liverpool.
Yeah, literally, all the guys of note away playing international games: McAllister, Gravenberch, Van Dijk, Gakpo, Salah, Ekitike, Szoboszlai, all putting in 7s and 8s for their national team and coming back today and dropping 6s and worse. So what on earth's going on? They're not actually out of form. They're actually going away with their national teams and playing quite well. So blaming it on individuals is now moot, and it's not a thing to lean on anymore. I'll continue to rant about the misuse of Chiesa. So Chiesa come for Isaac. You know, Chiesa would have been seen to better effect with Isaac. You know, Chiesa for Salah. Do it. And then bringing on Rio and Gamoa at 3-0 down when people's already started walking out. I just think that's not the right time to use the kid.
There's two reasons why that's bad. A 3-0 down, it's not a good look. But what does that do to the confidence of a young teenager?
He's not good.
What is he going to do?
He's been splendid for the 21s as well for England. Maybe the 20s, under 20s. He's only a win. But he's had a splendid international break. But I'll just read you out the form. So the last 11 matches for Arne Slot: Crystal Palace lost, Galatasaray lost, Chelsea lost, Man United lost, Eintracht win, Brentford lost, Crystal Palace again in the cup, phoned it in, lost, Aston Villa win, Real Madrid win, Manchester City lost, and Nottingham Forest lost. So, to be fair, one thing we'll say, which jumps out at me there, the style of play is working in Europe. The style of play is falling majorly short in England.
So that's why you really are looking forward to your reprieve in Europe. That little break from the Premier League again.
But see, it's where I think I'll see the team the best effect. PSG really shouldn't lay a glove. So, I say that on the back of a 3-0 defeat, but by Jesus, they didn't have to give up 40 seconds into the second half today. That'll be clear to be seen by Match of the Day this evening. So, if you do tune in, but
let's see.
I'm heading to be bed after this because it's been a long old day of you know who shopping. So jingle all the way here. It is fast approaching. So take advantage of deals when they happen. As I say, big week ahead now with Black Friday approaching. You're going to do some turnover down.
If I could talk about numbers today, wow. Yesterday is what they call Fake Friday.
Yeah. Because it's quiet.
No. It's because it's the Friday before Black Friday. So I think like lots of people start coming out then. They start going inquiring about like, what's the deal for Black Friday? What's the deal for Black Friday? Because of the shop we're having to go, well, we're in Black Friday. The price you're seeing now is going to be the price of Black Friday. But the other thing is, because you've come in here on a Friday, we do a 7-day price promise. So if you buy something today and it changes next Friday, guess what? You get the money back. So buy it now.
Hold all receipts.
Yeah, essentially. But yeah, so it does be absolutely mental. It's kind of hard to know because the way we work, the sales spread over the whole month, so it's not just one day. So I know last year, because of the way it was over the whole month, Black Friday itself was reasonably quiet. where
Yeah,
they've
there's
done their
business
shopping.
already conducted
Yeah.
regarding tech. Yeah.
So it's hard to know.
No, I usually hang in there to the Friday just to squeeze every last bit of juice out of it, and even still, Sabre Mondays around the corner as well. There'll still be a wee bit of extra juice to happen. So I'm going to be all over me New England Patriots merch come Friday, and me 5G router as well come Friday. So exciting times, more steady streams, more clarity with the stream. That's bouncing about from my end anyway. We're coming off a nice wee meet-up anyway, Dan, with
Yes.
pints enjoyed, and definitely went into the wee hours, so it was exceptional. And certainly with recent events locally, it's a really, really healthy exercise to get together and talk. So
Indeed. Like, I mean,
maintain that.
yeah, I mean, like that's one of the reasons for the mustache this year. It is to raise awareness for mental awareness, but also men's health in general. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's not been a good time in Fanage. So, look, it's just as long as everybody knows, look, somebody's going to be there to listen. I mean, as I've once heard people say, I'd rather you pick up the phone and give me a phone call rather than me have to go and attend your funeral. You know, it's as straightforward as that. So,
well, that's a fine way to sign off, Dan. That's a lovely sentiment, and let that message resound around for everyone. Very appreciative of the wonderful comments. Very appreciative of the contributors. Very appreciative to have this platform to air some opinions and vent some frustrations. Definitely a healthy exercise to vent some frustrations.
Going by the number of weeks that I've been part of this podcast now and how fast things can change. I mean, I think when I started, it was me airing my frustrations. Now the tables have completely turned around where you're airing your frustrations, and I can imagine these will change several times over the course of the season. So,
look, Dan, thank you very much for stepping up to the plate once again.
No problem at all. We shall see how Black Friday treats us. Well, if it's all good, we'll come back Friday. If not, sure, we'll try for Saturday.
Oh, absolutely! Stick it in your planners. Friday it is. So absolutely stick it in the planner for next week.
No bother at all.
The streak resumes. We look forward to chatting to you then, Daniel.
Yes,
thank you very much.
No problem at all. Thank you very much.
And wish you all a very good night, and hope you enjoyed the chat. We'll see you later.